Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome to today's video, which is another pregnancy update, but this one's a little bit different. I usually do them week by week, but this time I'm combining week 26 and 27 together because if you remember from my 25-week update, I was saying that I hadn't been feeling too good. Well, that carried on into the next week, and to be fair, week 26 and 27, there's not really a lot of difference in it, so I thought let's just be kind to myself and combine the videos. So that is what I've done. So I'll just talk to you a little bit about my symptoms and what I've been up to and anything that I have bought. But I will say that I've been for a midwife visit. It's usually a 28-week visit, but it was booked in during my 27th week. I think it was because my midwife that I usually see was on holiday and I really like to see the same person all the time, so I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But anyway, they just measured my bump to see if my bump is growing at the right size, which it is. I'm actually sitting slightly under the 50th centile, and that's literally only a smidge, so they are not at all worried. Bump seems to be growing pretty big actually. I don't think there's a lot of room left in there because I am really starting to feel quite big now. 26 felt big, 27, oh my goodness, I am growing so quickly. My maternity clothes are actually fitting me nicely now because before it was all a bit baggy and everything, but now things seem to be fitting. So like I said, there's not really a lot of difference between week 26 and 27. I believe it was week 26 that I started getting cramps now in my legs. I remember having them from my previous pregnancies, the one with George, so that was my last pregnancy, and the one with my twins before. I was getting horrendous leg cramps with my twin pregnancy actually, and this has started. It's not really bad, so I am coping okay with it. It hasn't got me to the point of I am crying with pain or anything, but you literally, if you do get them, you have to try and ride them out. Try and do some gentle stretches. I feel them in my calves and down into my toes as well. So I just try and stretch my legs out and even stand up. If you can, if you stand up and walk about, that helps to release that tension. I also have this horrible nighttime thing, which I speak about most of the time in my videos. I get horrendous cramps around my bump. Now, I used to think it was around ligament pain. My midwife, after I spoke to her last time I saw her, and then again recently, she said to me she's pretty sure that it's probably not around ligament pain. It might be slightly, but most of it is caused by stretched stomach muscles. It feels like I have an almighty stitch and it can be very painful. I don't want to scare anybody out there. I mean, I think this is pretty unique to myself. I don't actually know of anybody else that's had this kind of pain before. Obviously we all get pains and whatnot, but this is sometimes unbearable. But if you end up with it, I really do sympathize with you, and the only way I can get around it is to literally get up. If you can, get somebody pull you up out of bed and just turn over onto your front, onto your hands and knees, and let your tummy hang down. That has helped me so much, but it doesn't go away instantly. It does take sometimes up to half an hour for it all to just disappear. In that time, I'm usually much more mobile. The pain has started to wear off, so I'll just nip downstairs and have myself a midnight snack or a glass of milk or something like that. So I do use the time wisely. Talking about food, I am still loving any type of food I can get my hands on. I love fresh food, so I like fresh fruit and juices, and I'm rather partial to a nice bit of spicy food, but unfortunately it's actually started during week 27. I have started getting heartburn. I had this with my last pregnancy with George, and I don't remember having it previously in my other pregnancies with Summer or the twins, but it's not very nice, and I have started to have Gaviscon. So Reese went out and bought me some Gaviscon. That does take the edge off of it, but it doesn't get rid of it completely. I don't know if anything actually ever would get rid of it completely. Obviously birth that would help, but I've got a little while yet until that happens. Somebody did actually say to me, you can get heartburn medication, and I think it's actually Gaviscon on prescription, because they're not actually cheap, are they? I do need to speak to my doctor, because I spoke to my midwife about it and she said yes, she's pretty sure you can get it, but she couldn't prescribe it for me and you have to get it through the doctors, so I need to do that. So if you are in this position, there is help out there. You don't have to suffer in silence, especially after a meal or even just laying down. At night sometimes I feel like it's coming up and it's burning. I think, oh my goodness, please just go away, let me sleep, because I'm going to be awake in a couple of hours with my horrendous pain. Let's talk about baby. Let's talk about baby size, because this is 2 weeks worth of baby growth and baby size, and I definitely do feel much bigger. So if I just have a little look on my app. Okay, so it says in week 27, so the week I've just had, the baby was the size of a cauliflower, and it's measuring 36.6 centimeters from head to toe, which is 2 centimeters longer than my 25-week update. And it is literally grown a centimetre each week. If I show you this, this is such a fantastic app, and I mean, I talk about it near enough all the time, but this shows you how big the baby is whilst it's in you. There we go. That is such a good visual, and you can show that to your partner and other people so they can understand how you're feeling, because when you feel your baby moving and it's kicking, it feels like its legs and arms everywhere. They literally do get everywhere now, and it can be quite uncomfortable. So maybe just using this to say, look, hey, cut me some slack, I can't move. Also breathing. I'm finding myself struggling now with shortness of breath, walking up the stairs, playing around with my little toddlers, because I have 3 toddlers, which is a lot of work. It's a lot of work in our house, and chasing after them and going upstairs and downstairs, getting changes of clothes, doing nappy changes, meal times, play times, getting in and out of the car. Just all of these different things are really having quite a bit of an impact on me, and I do find myself getting quite breathless quite quickly. Even when I'm talking to you right now, I can realise that my breath isn't as... try and breathe, and I think, just calm down. The little ones have been talking to me a bit more about the baby in my tummy, so they are aware that there is something in my tummy, and they've seen me grow, and I do get them to put their little hands on my tummy when I feel the baby kick, just so that they could feel it as well. But every time they put their hands there, nothing. It just does not move at all. And that happens a lot when I get my partner Reese to do it as well. I'll say, the baby's kicking, and you'll put his hand on there, and the baby's like, no, not now, and he'll just wiggle away, and then you'll feel nothing. But obviously he does get to see it sometimes move, but it's great for us mummies because we can feel them move about and jump on our bladders and kick our ribs and just getting all the nooks and crannies. Rosalie thinks the baby's a girl, Noah thinks the baby is a boy, and George thinks the baby is a girl. If this is the first time you've watched any of my videos, you may not know about the children I already have. So I have a 17-year-old, and then I have almost 3-year-old twins and a 17-month-old little toddler. I am very busy at home, and I'm currently 41. Very soon I will be 42. So when I have this baby, I will be well into my geriatric mother life, which is fine because I am relatively fit and healthy, so everything should be fine. Talking about that, I was talking to my midwife the other day about my impeding birth, and we were discussing the fact that I have a consultant visit coming up in my 29th week, I believe. I will be seeing my consultant, and I'm having a scan, and the other main reason for it was to discuss how I would like this birth to go, and it's going to be a more detailed birth plan basically of what I would like to happen, because I would like a VBAC. I've already had 2 cesareans, and first of all they were like, no, you can't have a vaginal birth. But after looking at it a little bit deeper, my consultant said the other day, well, as long as you're healthy and the baby's healthy, don't see why you can't try for one. So we're going to be talking about that, plans we're going to put in place, plans if things don't go the way that I would like, different types of pain relief, just things like that. So we're going to try and get everything put into place so I have a clearer understanding and they have a clearer understanding of what we all expect from each other when the time comes. So talking about anything that I've bought, I have not actually bought anything of any substance. I bought myself an oversized t-shirt which I got from H&M because I love H&M. It's not a night shirt or anything, but I have actually been using it in bed just because it's oversized anyway, and I got a slightly bigger size and it's so comfortable and it's quite long as well, so it sits down on my thighs so I can wear it like a night shirt. So I've got that, and I also bought some cute little slide-on shoes from Office just because it's getting a bit warmer now, and I'm just having a look at my feet. They're not actually swollen right now, but they do swell, especially with the heat, which is, it can be quite uncomfortable. Yeah, so that is it for my 26 and 27 week update. Not a lot has changed for me apart from the fact that my bump is obviously getting a lot bigger, and I had a midwife visit who was more than happy with my bump. And also when I was there, she took my bloods, and within a couple of days they rang me up and they said that I do not need to take iron tablets anymore. So that's great. If you have watched my previous videos, you'll know why that is so great. No more horrendous constipation. But anyway, I'd like to thank you so much for watching my video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love it if you would. You can stick around and watch all my other pregnancy videos and the other videos that I upload as well. With all that said, I hope to see you in my next video, and have a lovely week. Take care, bye bye.